We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
You go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouse.
Comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves?
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
Everybody loves that show.
The audience they just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside
Yeah,
from
we
mystery.
do game shows.
Oh, the game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a
a
trivia
film
game
feed.
show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, wait.
What letter comes after A? Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
Oh, that I have
it's
to
a
come
lot
see
of
that
fun.
one.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. In fact, I even
Well,
brought
growing
you a
up in
shirt.
St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say you did.
Oh, of course I did. That you will wear
Hey!
everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Comedy.
Oh,
we
that's
call it.
great.
Can I
Knockem
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something here?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like you're
Thanks,
drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest,
but if you don't ask ahead of time, wait. This one's full of water. You ready? One, two,
Nice.
three. All right. There you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
The Knockem Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for right now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That is the name of the YouTube channel, the name of the Facebook page. But we're interacting with you guys on the YouTube channel. Please share the show and copy and share the link and spread the word and copy it all over your social media channels. I'm having a stroke. I can't speak
spread it around everywhere.
Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, especially this one since we're on right now. I know some of you are probably watching the Mets, but you
Not
can just...
yet.
No, they're on right now. They're unveiling the statue, the Tom Seaver statue, right now.
Oh.
Right now. Which we talked about the other day. I'll get to that in a second. But we're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, where you can see Louis Katz this weekend. You can see John Ziegler on May 21st, where he's recording a comedy special. In the Giggle Room this weekend, you got the Rocco and Travis roast battle tonight. You got Tom Kelly tomorrow night. And are you doing that tomorrow night? Oh, no, Greg, I think, is doing that tomorrow.
I think Greg is, yes.
Greg was not here yet. That son of a bitch. Don't forget Terry McNeely and Chris Cassandro, May 6th. Joe Pontillo, Brian McGinnis, May 21st. The Brokerage in Belmore this weekend. Monroe Martin and McGuire's in Bohemia has some great shows out there as well. Good stuff. Please, if you want to rent some studio time and you want to do a...
I was gonna back you up. I was gonna be like, studio time.
Studio time. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I have the list right here. I don't know.
How much time do you have?
How much time do I have?
For what's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah. That's a whole different show.
Yeah, we'll do it tonight, 7:30. You just come in and wing it.
That's it. If you would like to do your own podcast, maybe you need to do a video of some sort or any kind of audio, guess what? We got this big, beautiful, well, it's kind of not very big, but it's still a great studio available to do all sorts of work. Look at all this. You got microphones and cameras and monitors and phones and graphics and Zoom and comfortable seats and couches and fun people. All sorts of great stuff here happening at Gov's Comedy Club podcast here in our studio. So check us out and contact us on our Facebook page, Gov's Comedy Club podcast, the name of the Facebook page as well. Contact us there and we'll hook you up and we'll get you going.
It's all happening at Gov's Comedy Club podcast radio or whatever.
Goodness, that was awful. Tommy Farrell is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Tommy Farrell.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hi, Tommy Farrell.
What hat is that?
New York Wolves, women's pro football.
Oh, nice.
That's
Are you a
hot.
ref because you got the shirt on, or you're a coach?
No,
What's
I'm
going on?
actually part of the staff. I'm general manager.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
got a game tomorrow at the Aviator in Brooklyn, and we got a game in Farmingdale May 7th, Saturday night, 6 o'clock.
Where? Farmingdale High School or something?
No, the middle school right off of Fulton Street on Hempstead Turnpike. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right next to that church?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's where we played, you weren't there, the
I
blind
was not
softball
there.
game. Yeah, that's true. It's true.
I know.
And we almost got our asses kicked.
You should have gotten your asses kicked. Thank God some people were cheating.
Oh, did he just walk in?
Yes, he did.
Look at him. There he is.
We're about to start.
I was looking for the men's room. I found this though.
Just as good as where all the dicks hang out. This is where all the dicks hang out.
He's not going to pee in this room, is he?
I know.
Greg, Joseph, what's up, pal? Good to
Christ,
see you.
oh my
Good
God.
to see you. Everything good? Yeah.
Oh, God, I just had like a
You're very aggressive. I just
prosthetic
came and sat
jab
down,
me
like,
in
I'm
the
just happy to
fucking
be here.
hip.
I didn't get any of that on camera.
Oh, really?
I missed it all.
Good.
We were squishing Andy so we can have a little
It was an Andy sandwich.
man love.
On a Greg and Tony.
So, all right, so let me go back because Greg was late, so fuck him.
Fuck that guy.
So you're the general manager of what, the whole league?
No,
Or one of the teams?
just the New York Wolves.
Oh, okay.
How many teams are in the league? I'm interested.
We play in the Women's Football Alliance. There's 67 teams throughout the country.
67?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow we're playing.
What kind of season is that?
It's a short season. It's a spring season, and with COVID, like we didn't play the last.
Oh, you don't
2 years.
play everybody though.
No, you can't play everybody. You just play everybody in your area. Tomorrow we're playing the New England Ruckus. They're coming down.
Right.
Wow.
And there are some interesting names in the league, and then the 7th we're playing the Baltimore Nighthawks. They're a very good team.
Well, good on you guys for not being like the Lady Wolves, the She Wolves. I hate. It's like a pet peeve of mine.
We actually thought about that, and the girls on the team were like, "No, we're going to be the Wolves."
Good
I'm
for
like,
them.
"All right,
exactly.
yeah,
No,
you know."
that's great because there's nothing pisses me off than like Tennessee, right? University of Tennessee. It's the Volunteers, the Lady Vols.
Oh my goodness.
Is it
Well,
women on the league, or is it like
Women on women? Yep.
Or is it?
It's hot.
Nice. It's women's
like biological women, or is it? all women?
Yeah, there are a few
We can't
transgender
ask.
players in the league. Yeah, it's that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, but I tell you, like 10 minutes into the game, you're not going to realize it's women because I mean we have like a phenomenal coaching staff.
I
one
thought
of
you
the guys
said because they have penises.
Right. One time, this girl got hit so bad her balls fell out of her fucking pants. It's terrible. Sort of shatters the suspension of disbelief.
Sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. This scene sounds legit. Please go.
Not like I mean, people come down to watch. Like, wow, it's like they played just like the guys. I'm like, yeah, it's football.
It's 67 teams across the whole country.
Yeah.
So you guys travel all over the country?
Well, yeah. Last Saturday we had to go up to Maine. That was
right.
That was a bit of a hike.
Can't get there from here.
Well, that's it. But that's the thing. Like Maine is, it's a hike, but we're talking what, maybe 10 hours at the most. But but are you guys going to California too? To
No,
play?
we can't afford that.
Right. That's why I was asking.
So you play local. Yeah, we play like Baltimore. We play.
East
and
Coast,
drawing a blank. Yeah, basically East Coast.
Right. How far west are you playing? Like Pittsburgh?
No, Pittsburgh is in the league. We had a scrimmage against them a couple weeks ago, but we met them halfway. And then, like a neutral field. It was just a practice.
Halfway is still in Pennsylvania. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
'Cause
It was like
that's like the longest fucking state to drive through.
Yeah, I know. I'm geographically challenged years ago. I'm like, well, like, Pittsburgh's kind of close to Philadelphia, right? You're like, oh no. I would never.
Like 6 hours away or something like that.
It's actually more than that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So that must have worked out well, being geographically challenged when you were a policeman.
Like, I only had another 5 boroughs.
Where was the shooting? Yeah.
I'm in the Bronx.
I know.
I knew directions. I knew the 5 boroughs.
I know that bodega.
I was saying, it's by the bodega.
And I thought if I made a right, that would bring me right where those people got murdered.
What was the other? Was it Cousin's Pizza? That's like on every corner. It's like $1 a slice. Right there, like there's like every corner. There's
Grace
like,
Papaya.
I think it's Cousin's
Back
Pizza.
in the
Yeah,
day.
it's like
right.
Papaya place.
Yeah. Jeff Bosey says Mike Bossy might not be able to watch the show today, but he's here.
Boy, I wish you guys could switch places. God damn. Even just for one day. Every day.
That's fantastic.
He's the one who fucking wrote that, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. So well, good to have you guys here. It's been a while.
Good to be
It's
here.
been a while.
It has.
Yeah.
What's the record of your?
We 1-0.
Oh, so the season just started.
Yep.
Undefeated. There you go.
And so was it the New England Ruckus that you were playing in Maine, or is
No, we played the Maine Mayhem.
I hate alliteration.
Yeah.
Fucking.
They're in Maine. They don't have any originality over there.
NYW. Like there's it's like that's kind of cool, and you could do stuff like the logo is
Yes.
MM. Yeah, we're the maniacs, or what was it? Mayhem.
Yeah, we melt on the field, not in your mouth.
What we really wanted to do was get on that short list of sports teams that don't end in an S.
Spots
like the Lightning, the Jazz. I forget. It's a common trivia question from the middle 90s.
Yes.
Fuck you guys.
And it's you have to think like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
There's not many.
It's not.
So Jeff says.
Well, now there is.
Jeff says, "I love you too, Andy."
Yeah.
I love you too, Andy. It's
To
not.
Andy.
I love you too.
I love
'cause
you
it's-
too, Andy. No, it's two me.
Right, because it's only 1-0, so it's. Yeah,
But he
I
doesn't
love
also love me.
Right, exactly.
Which takes away the teeth of that, of you having written that. Just one little L, one little hole. Come on.
Do we have any? I know. I'm not asking Andy. Any Met fans?
I'm a Met fan.
Nice. All right. So yeah, they're. It's their home opener today, and they're going to be unveiling the Tom Seaver statue soon. So the other day, they. I think we talked about it here, but there was somebody took a picture of. There was a U-Haul truck on the road, with a flatbed U-Haul trailer with the Tom Seaver statue on the back of the trailer. So of course the Met fans are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, the Mets can't afford to get a real truck to transport it properly." It was literally on a flatbed, just tied down in clear plastic. But it turns out the guy that makes the statue, that every time he makes a statue, he delivers it himself that way. It's just the thing that he does. So he was delivering it to Citi Field, and so people driving along whatever highway from North Carolina where this guy is to Citi Field got to see the statue.
95.
Oh, right, of course.
It's like whatever it. I don't know. There's all
he
these
took
roads.
inside roads because 95 was crowded. And he had this expensive statue.
He wanted to like make it so that people didn't see it. So he really took Highway 1.
The Tom Seaver, the statue. They're going to unveil it soon today at the Mets home opener. So I have it up here, but it's not on yet. See, I got it right here.
Yeah, that's real respectful of you to
watch something else
Watch
while hosting
something
a show.
I don't know what time they're doing the statue.
I think it's. I thought it was 11, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe it's 12. Boshi says, "Eat a dick."
Yeah,
and he says, "Did I spell that correctly?"
On Good Friday? Wow.
Yeah,
that's right. You can't.
You know,
eat
dick's meat.
Right. You can't eat dicks on Good Friday.
You trying to make me go to hell?
Wow.
On multiple levels.
Well, you did wish he was switching places with Bossy. With Bossy.
Bossy Bozy.
Bossy Bozy. Wow.
Oh, I never even realized that.
Bossy Bozy.
Just kidding.
So, all right. So, how's things since we've seen you guys? You guys have been working. We did a comedy show together back in
the
October.
Tommy Galati show. That was a good night.
It was a good night.
I've gone back there a couple of times. It's so hard doing in a bar. Like we lucked out that night.
Yes, we did.
Great crowd. Everyone paid attention. I went back to just be supportive, and people were talking throughout the whole night. I felt so bad.
I just went back last week for the first time since. So I went in there feeling confident. Oh, I'm gonna have another great time. No.
Yeah, I couldn't make it, but I shared that on like whatever Facebook and Instagram, just for Tom and for you, and you had a very good lineup.
Yes, Tugboat Manny and Bridget Kavanaugh. They weren't really talking, but they just weren't. Because that night we did it was the very first time that Tom
and we
was
had
doing
everyone's
it there.
undivided attention.
Absolutely, and I think maybe the novelty has worn off a little bit.
Yeah,
because they weren't as excited. The energy wasn't as good. Everybody had to work a little bit to get the laughs.
Sounds like you guys fucked up the first one.
We were too good the first time.
Too good? No, because then they're like, oh, we're going back for this. All right.
No, we're
raised the bar too high.
Set the bar too high.
Now people are like, this isn't as good as the first week. We remember the first week? Yeah, they were awesome. Look at this.
That's right. See that?
Yeah,
So
bar crowds are tough.
Bar crowd. Yeah,
that's a tough.
Well, that's why you have to get their attention. You have to learn to fucking just make people. I'm sure Tugboat Manny had everybody's undivided attention. He's very good at that, of making everybody stop and listen to him.
He was telling me, and I won't give out names, but he was telling me that I think it was the previous one, that a comedian went up there and actually started yelling at the audience because they weren't paying attention. And he heard a couple before he went up talking about their meatballs, so he actually used that and said, "Oh, that's the one who wasn't enjoying her meatballs. Well, fuck your meatballs. Watch me now."
Wow!
It's like, oh my goodness.
Well, that was on the intervening show. How many shows has there been at the Lark? 3?
I would think
at
least
4.
At least 4.
So it's one of those middle ones, right?
Right.
I would love to see what the lineups were.
Oh, I'll tell you when we're off the air.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And we did that bar show where they had the wrestling on behind us.
Oh God, yeah,
and the whole drunk that was insane.
But at least it's behind you, so you think they're looking at you.
No. It's like next. It was
like
next
all to the
it.
side. It was like where this thing is here.
Most of the crowd is like right here, and the wall is like right here with it on.
Oh, so that's even worse.
And it was a Friday night.
It was a Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday night.
Well, I did a show last night on a brewery, the first time ever. And
Which
I'm like, Lithology in Farmingdale.
Okay, cool.
Packed house.
Nice.
First guy goes up, he went way over his time. So I didn't realize, there's no waitresses. So, half the room leaves to go get a beer. And I'm like, wow. Usually I tell at least one joke before half the room walks out.
Oh, that's...
Then in the middle of the set, everyone's coming back. I'm like, it was really hard to kind of focus.
Right, yeah. It throws you off. Throws off your momentum.
Learning experience. I mean, I haven't been doing this that long, so that was a learning experience.
Terry McNeely's roast last week was amazing.
Oh, I wanted to go to that.
It was everybody was fantastic.
Yeah.
But what was the best part about it was we took a 5-minute smoke break. The entire
place?
Like an actual intermission?
Yeah. Everybody went outside and had a cigarette.
Wow.
And then came back in, and the energy didn't drop off or anything. And part of that is because everybody that was up there knows Terry really well, and everybody went after each other so deep. It was so great.
Wow.
As an audience member, I was like, this is amazing. And also being on the inside, so I knew some of the stuff that...
that's why I'm looking forward to the one tonight. There's
the roast battles. Yeah,
it's not going to be as good as Terry's, obviously.
Right, and that's because I did the first roast battle that they had here, Rocco and Travis. But and it's cool and everything, but you don't know everybody. This was
everybody knew everyone.
Tony Landolfi, Fat J, Joe Winchell, Billy Geyer, John Butera. It was, and then he had his road people, the people that he goes on tour with, who none of us really knew that, and that was actually pretty funny. That was played for good laughs, but. Oh my God! Everybody was an absolute assassin. It was terrible and awesome all at the same time.
Love that stuff.
Well, that's kind of the point of it, right?
Yeah,
it's not to be taken gently or you know.
And who's
It's Tim Thompson versus Zach Zorovich.
Zach Zorovich.
And
That should be great.
Yeah.
Zach roasts people at every open mic. Yeah. Like if he's coming after you, first 3 jokes are about you.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. But it's funny though.
Yeah,
I mean,
how about that?
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. What's up, player?
And who else? Who else is on it? Do we know?
Pat Dunn and
James Ranioli.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be like Tormund from Game of Thrones versus like King Leonidas in 300.
That's gonna probably be the most savage one out of all of them.
The videos that they were doing on Facebook, because this got rescheduled, like from like back in January, were hysterical. The going back and forth. I'm really looking forward to that one. Those guys are gonna be great. They're great comedians. I mean, they're very funny, and the way they go at each other.
So you're going. Are you performing? You're
I'm
just
not
going.
performing. I'm going.
And are you going?
I'm probably not going to go. No.
You're probably not going to go.
No, disappointingly so. But if something changes, I'll go. But
now you're performing in the Giggle Room tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah,
yes.
with you know that guy. Where the hell is it?
and the other one,
Tom Kelly.
Tom Kelly.
Kelly's
That's
the
it,
yeah. Tom Kelly's the headliner there.
Nice.
And I'm not sure all the comedians that are on it. You know, I'm sure there's.
It's real
I'm sure there's
professional,
a few.
yeah.
You know, it's. Yeah, I know me and the headliner, so that's that's
all you need to know.
That's all I need to know. Yeah.
see, bullshit. My line.
You know,
Right.
right. That's it.
Do you now? Where Sallie and I are actually neighbors with Kelly. We can almost see his house from our house. So
Really?
Do you want us to like?
Just give me the address. I'll go over and.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
fine.
I have flattened his tires
I'll
or
go.
something. So you would be the headliner or something.
No, I did a show with him. I think it was at the brokerage when they still had the plastic.
Right.
You know, the plastic plexiglass around it.
Yeah.
Like that was weird. He was funny. You know, he had the crowd going. So he was really good.
Ball of energy that guy.
And you know, but it was just so weird with the plexiglass around you, and you look in, all you see is like your own reflect. It was.
And you see all the spit because I did a few of them here, and you just see the spit. What surprised me was how it affects your hearing.
Yeah, right. Everything is echoed back to you, and you really like, are they laugh? Is it
right?
You know, do they hear me?
Right.
It's very.
I couldn't hear them as well, and so it threw me. It threw off my timing because I couldn't tell if they were laughing or not. So I wasn't sure when to.
If they were laughing or yawning, I wasn't sure.
Were you able to see
to me all the time anyway? But,
Were you able to see my dick print?
Well, that was it. Yeah, that was.
It was like 3/4 of the way up. It was just the
On the
head
left.
because that's all I could get up there.
That's why he was licking the plexiglass.
And you thought he was special.
He's special.
Well, tell me now. You're featuring now for people like Tom Kelly. You're performing with people like Kevin James. I'm surprised you even graced us with your presence here.
Well, I had said yes before that all happened, so I don't like to back out on the commitment.
Right.
So tell us about that. What was that like?
It was I found like basically 5 minutes before that he was going to be there with his crew.
Okay, guys.
And
this was at McGuire's last week, right?
Yeah. And he was really cool. They introduced me. I said, you want to go up? And he's like, no, there's already, so many comics going up. He didn't want to take the time away. But
so he just hung out. He didn't go up.
He hung out. Yeah, he was going to, but there was so many. But he was really there for Rocky Rubin.
Oh, Rock Rubin. Yeah,
so
yeah.
he was up. He was there, and he was kind of taking notes for him. And I guess I don't know exactly what was going on with them, but
I think
some sort of comeback or something.
Yeah, Rubin, I think, hadn't been on stage in a long time.
Right, they said he's been on LA writing.
Yeah,
but the whole crew was very nice. Like they were, I mentioned to Kevin James, like, sure you don't want to go up? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, because I really wanted to say that I opened up for you tonight. He gave a little smirk or whatever, but he was
to my creds.
Really nice guy. We were speaking for a few minutes, just. How you doing? How long you been doing this? Mm-hmm. What do you do?
You didn't ask him that, did you?
That was my question to him. Yes.
How long you been doing it?
Yeah. So what are you doing? You're not doing comedy, but he was watching everyone that went up. Like,
really?
It wasn't like he was.
Right.
I think they lasted about halfway through, and then they cut out
because the marathon.
Yeah. He's like, all right, we're done. All right, we're out of here. But no, it was very nice guy. He was in the back. No one really knew he was there.
Oh, wow.
So the picture's like, where was he? I didn't see him go up. I'm like,
who was the real headliner on that?
That was me. That was I was understanding. It was what's the guy's name? An Irish guy, Scottish guy.
Mick Thomas?
No, Roddy McGuinness.
Oh, okay, right.
Roddy McGuinness. Yeah. He was the headliner. But it was a long night. But the crowd was great.
Right.
It was a really good crowd.
They were along for the ride.
Yeah, they paid attention to everybody. They it wasn't like they got up and talking in the middle, and it was good. when you're in that comedy club, it is a much different feel.
It totally is.
The crowd themselves are in a different, as opposed to a restaurant or.
Yes.
I mean, you guys know you've been doing this a lot longer, but for some reason, McGuire's is my favorite. I don't know why.
Likewise.
It's something about, not because it's 3 minutes from my house, but it's
right.
I mean, that definitely helps.
That's a big one.
But just something about that club.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
very, and I agree with you. But now I'm starting to get the same vibe from the gig room since they expanded it.
I didn't realize that it was expanded. I thought they just changed the name, but I was like, wow, I'm like, this is a much bigger. It was a different feel to it.
Yeah,
yes.
It was. But
it feels more like a classic comedy club.
I mean, all the clubs are good.
Oh yeah,
I
all
love
three of them are really good.
I love McGuire's because as a comic, you could be standing out there having a drink.
Right, I think
whatever.
and plus it has the back area.
Yeah,
it has a
you could
couple of sections you can hang in. Yeah,
Right.
Plus, the bar is so much bigger than the brokerage. Like,
Right.
The brokerage, you're like,
That's and that's
true.
it's like
whereas McGuire's, you
feels like
right.
it's open and
Yeah.
free, especially with the glass that you.
But that's
can,
where you have to walk like through the bar, around through the thing, and then out to the where McGuire's. You just kind of right up
Yep.
the out. If you're hanging them by the back seats, you go right straight up.
Yeah, true.
Which is nice.
Kevin James. We had the pleasure of meeting him in here once. He didn't go on the air, but he came in once because Joey Cola was in here, so he didn't come in to say hi to us. He saw Joey Cola. But no, he seemed nice enough.
Yeah,
and yeah, he is very supportive, and I do believe. I think he hit McGuire's with he hit the brokerage the next night with Ruben, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were hitting all three, or if they just did the two.
I think it was just the two.
Yeah.
I mean, but he does probably of all the nationally known comedians, I think he's probably the one that shows up the most here. And I think he's got some stuff at the Paramount coming up, and so he does that a lot. He'll work.
So maybe
on
that's
stuff
why
here.
too.
Yeah, which is weird to me. Like, is it a good thing that you come here to work out your stuff and then and support governors, or is it like a slap in the face? Let me practice and see how my stuff works before I hit the real place.
No, because it's just about getting time.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could see where you.
yeah.
With that.
This is humor.
Well, he filmed his TV series.
I'm not used to him
so
even
it makes
trying.
sense to come by here.
Yeah, true. And I admire that because he did it here, so it gave Long Islanders work, and he was very supportive to the comedians. Joey Cola was a part of that.
Yes.
Carrie Karavis was on there. Monty Roach, of course. So yeah, so that was cool that he supported a lot of the comedians and the Long Islanders.
There was another guy. I don't know, Mike Loftus.
Oh, Loftus.
Loftus. He was.
Oh, that's
he,
right.
He
I
was
heard
in
it.
with
I
them.
forgot.
He
Yes.
was hysterical too.
Yeah, he's great.
Him, but I think I've seen him once before in performing at the clubs.
Yeah.
But I never saw Ruben.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And he was great. I bet, right?
He was funny. Yeah. They were. Then they all started. They played off each other as they went up. Which was good. They brought some of his stuff back up, and
that's
so it was
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
It was
Very
good. It
nice.
broke up the night too, which was good.
Right.
So So how long has it been? A year, 2 years since you guys?
We did the comedy college together in 2019.
Oh, it's been
And
that long.
then,
Wow, okay.
in the spring, when I did some new material, I was getting really comfortable with. He was doing exceptionally well, and COVID hit, and then we did nothing for over a year.
Right.
Sure.
We got back slowly,
and then we both did the laugh off over the summer here.
Right.
That's where we were hanging.
And that kind of-
Right.
We hung here with you guys.
Yep.
I think it was the last time I was on.
Kind
here
of
with
got
you.
back into
Wow. That was the last time you were here? It's been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
bad.
end of August.
I've called in a few times.
Yes.
But,
You invited me once, but I couldn't make it in.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of better things to do.
I do. I gotta tell you, there's a colonoscopy I have coming up.
So how?
I'm serious. That wasn't a fucking joke.
That's why none of us were laughing.
5 minutes?
Yeah, they're spit roasting me actually.
That's just the
They're
usual.
going out.
That's just the usual Friday.
Before the
for you.
operation or before the procedure?
So that'll be
It's,
like a really,
it's recreational.
that'll be a really good Friday.
Yeah, I have to pay a little extra, but it sounds worth it. Paying extra so that they can guarantee that they don't swap the cameras on me after they've already started.
But they just use one. It's not the same one.
I was under the impression that I was being spit roasted. They would be able to actually rotate me.
Still one camera though, because they could see through the whole
I guess.
way.
Do you get put under, or you just let them go?
No.
Under what?
anesthesia? Or you just let him... you want to be awake for this one?
Yeah, just in case I pass out from pleasure, I'm setting up a camera. I wanted them to not wear masks, but because that's I can't stand the COVID porn with the masks on and everything.
Yeah, you can't see what they're doing.
It's the face.
Yeah, you want to see the facial expression.
Yeah.
We'll get them one of those masks that show their face, but you can put a... Yeah, I think you had one with you.
Oh my! Yeah, no, I still have that. Yes, that's that's in my guitar bag, just in case.
So, all right. So, how would you guys? What would you guys? What are your thoughts? So since 2019, is it better than you expected? Is there anything different than you thought it would be? Is it what What have you learned? Whatever your experiences in the past 3 years of doing this.
Like I said, I think August it started off. You knew you're hungry. You want to get out there and just keep doing it. Then I feel like when we kind of got the ball rolling a little bit, the momentum was going. COVID hit, and it stopped. Then, like it was like uphill again, trying to get everything going. And then, someplace the crowds were, hit or miss. Some were full, some weren't. But now I feel like it's getting back to where it was. Where we're getting the full. The club the other night had over 100 people. It was a nice feel. So it's
that's nice.
And then I feel like people are starting to get more comfortable going out.
Right.
So hopefully it's only going to go up from there.
Yeah, it's getting better. I mean, I got invited to do a couple Zoom things during COVID, but that just I don't know, I just wasn't into that. I mean, I kind of
no, likewise.
A crowd.
Very weird.
I mean, I can kind of set up my phone and just stare at it and do stuff too. But yeah, the crowds are getting back into it. I mean, the Giggle Room's been like I did a couple of shows since they reopened it, and just about everyone's been sold out. Like 80 people. We did a show at the Brokerage about 2 weeks ago on a Friday night. Great crowd.
That crowd was really
and
good.
Like every comedian had an amazing set.
I love shows like that.
Like you would have to really screw up not to get
right.
It was like one of those where you're getting laughs on stuff like the setup, and it's like I didn't even get into anything yet. You're already laughing. Like you're anticipating.
So we were at McGuire's a couple of weeks ago, and there was a lady in the middle of the crowd who just was cackling, and she started doing it during setups. Justin Pity.
Yeah,
he like it fucking shook him. And I gotta be honest, I wasn't up. I was there to watch, and I gotta tell you, I would have been shook by it too, because it would have been like, could you fucking wait until the fucking funny part?
Right.
Because we've been working on this.
No, because then like your timing, your time up there gets because now you're getting laughs where. Like, well, it's not supposed to be the laughs. Yeah, you're messing up. You're shorting my time here.
At one point, Terry McNeely's like, "Oh, this is a dream crowd. That you want a whole crowd full of those. That's a dream crowd." That was like after the second comic went off. After the 15th comic went up, I was like, "This is a fucking nightmare, Terry. There's no fucking dream about this. This is terrible. I would hate this. I'm so happy I'm not fucking performing tonight."
And that was only about halfway through.
Yeah. No, the third, yeah.
See, like on those shows, I'd rather go up early.
Yes.
Man.
15. Put me up early, and
right.
hang the rest of the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're all they're dying by the time the 15th comes out.
But some, like I said,
getting
some
their checks
crowds
arguing over like you had chicken fingers and a salad.
Right. I thought you said you weren't hungry. We've been here for 3 fucking hours. Yeah, I'm fucking hungry now.
They're ordering a second round of food.
Right.
Now, you just did a show last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I was at Lithology.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, we mentioned that
the
already.
brewery.
But it went well.
Hey, the crowd was great. It was just kind of like it was like I said, it was a weird setup. Like the comedian would finish and 13 people would run out to get a beer or a smoke or go to the bathroom, and then they're coming back during your set. It's like it was very difficult. Billy Geyer was there. He had a great set. He killed it.
Billy's
always
phenomenal.
does.
Love.
He was amazing, and a couple of people had very good sets. It was a tough setup.
Yeah.
Did he tell the one about what he nicknamed the vein in his arm?
Oh,
no! Don't say it because
no.
We're gonna lose a lot of people.
Yeah. No, we had like the green room for us was kind of like the bar out front, so you really couldn't hear. You could hear the laughter,
right,
but you really couldn't hear like the jokes.
Yeah, because that's a good one. but it's terrible.
Now everyone's gonna like.
He's got a few of those. They're funny, but
no doubt,
they're a little rough.
So is there anything different, or what you didn't think, or something you didn't think about, like maybe a bar show, like you weren't aware of these bar shows, or what? All right, give us maybe your highlight and your worst moment in the past with the past 3 years in comedy.
I've been really fortunate. I mean, the only we had a show in the Giggle Room, and it was a Wednesday night, and the show started late, and people got there early. So like 9:00, they're like hammered, and like you had different groups of people talking. Like you kind of like make jokes in silence, like one group, but when you got like 3 or 4 groups, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Yeah. Again, live and learn. It was a learning experience.
I think we were in here that night, or maybe, you probably weren't here, but I think we were in the studio that night. I think for that show, because I remember there was a lot of talk about that, how late the show started, and the show went to like 12:30 that night, didn't it?
Didn't go to 12:30, but it went like pretty late,
pretty close to midnight at least, if I remember right. And I seem to remember that night, at least if we're talking about the same night.
It was maybe
February,
I don't know,
23rd,
because it could have been that night, because it was late. I think, right? I think it was late. I don't know.
I heard.
Could have been, but that's what I heard.
Yeah. So,
Johnny Lambros will be in the Giggle Room tonight, supporting Patrick Dunn and others in the roast battle. Come say hello if you see me. Oh, okay. So you're not performing, Johnny. You're just going to be there.
No, that's
so
cool.
He's asking for people to act like he's a celebrity and say hi to him. I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
The line for selfies, that's to the left and the right.
So, all right. So, Greg, what about you? Highlight and...
Well, we mentioned one of the ones, the bar show. That was pretty...
Yeah,
right. But aside from that, it had to be one of the first couple of shows I did. It was one night in the city, and it started like... We're supposed to start at like 10 at Broadway in like the smaller room.
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah.
And... we didn't start till almost like 11. We didn't get out till like, I think like 2:00. It was like, it was rough. And it was, we were staying at a friend's house in Queens, so that was a little better. But, I was like, sorry guys. I'm like, I didn't realize how late this was. And that was, there had to be probably at least 25 people on the show.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And, is that a regular thing in the city?
That was like one of the only, I've only done 2 shows in the city.
Oh, okay.
And that was a rough. And Joe DeVito was there, and he was going on after me. But I guess it was running late, so like, oh, we have to switch you. He's going before you now. And I was like, oh, fuck. Right, he's like my 3rd show ever, and I'm following him. And but he was actually, he hit me up the next day. He's like, I'm sorry I couldn't stay. He's like, how'd it go? He's like, I hope I set you up. But he was getting chance not to leave before I went up, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna go awesome.
Right.
They're chanting, don't leave more.
Hi, I'm not Joe DeVito.
Yeah. Like, okay, up next, you guys performed 4 times,
Yeah.
But it was a good crowd. But that was late. You first
crazy,
leaving at 2, and like that was, you're sitting there. They were sitting there an hour before anything even got started.
Right.
Waiting and waiting and waiting, and they were packed. They were pulling out regular seats and just putting them along the people sitting there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just like in a folding chair against the wall. Like,
I could do that.
Oh man, like that. But people, I guess they weren't going to turn them away.
But
God bless them.
Sometimes that works out, because sometimes when it's that late, that's when a Chappelle will walk in, or somebody big will walk in to try some stuff. So sometimes that works out.
Right. Yeah, nothing
didn't happen that night.
But it was, but like I said, the crowd was good. It was long. They hung in there.
Right.
Yeah, I think we lost maybe 4 or 5 people, but that was
to dysentery.
Whatever. That was all right.
Minor casualties.
Yeah.
And this was a weekend, I hope?
That was a Saturday. It was a Friday night or Saturday night.
All right. So it's not like you had to go to work the next day.
No, that's why. I was like, I could do it. I'm not. Yeah. No, that would have been. I would probably have banging the next day if I was first leaving at 2:00. I can't do that anymore.
Fuck the kids.
It's like I can't.
They're not going to learn anything. They're not learning anything anyway.
Doing my other job. Yeah, I had no way I would have been able to teach like movie day. Here we go.
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
You roll in.
No, now.
No, I know.
Which is nice. Yeah. But yeah, it would have been the strap to the car, the TV, the VHS tape.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, when we were kids, that's how it was done. So, like the teachers had to reserve, make an appointment.
Right. You had to do like 2 months ahead of time just to reserve.
Where now
like a
you
Friday.
can show a movie anytime.
Anytime.
Oh, that's nice. And it's hooked up to the computer.
I mean, I don't, but you could.
But what's lost is the greatest feeling was watching a substitute push
The cart
the
down?
AV
Oh,
cart
great.
into your classroom. You're already there and like.
No, it was no. You were like that no
Right.
matter who was teaching.
That's true.
But no, I would actually be disappointed because the substitute was when you look forward to torturing. You didn't want a movie on those days.
I would say I wasn't that way.
No, I was the substitute torture. I was that kid.
Yeah. Actually, there was this one permanent sub that we had my junior and senior year that I was like super into.
What was his name?
Don.
No.
The
Actually, he's doing my colonoscopy later.
I'm scheduling a couples colonoscopy soon too. I just want to see how this one goes.
You got to compare them.
Get a couple of months later. So, but it has to be a chick that does mine, and I'd rather it be a chick that does it for my wife too.
Right, like you say, people are like, oh, this guy was great with the colonoscopy. How many of you had to base this off of?
Right.
Some
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
hopefully someone you've ever had.
Right. It's my first. It's my first time. I don't know what I should do. Please be gentle with me.
But going back the point to the TV, when you see the cart wheeled out, now it's like the kids are so desensitized to video. It's like that's not even.
Yeah, true.
Well, we'll do a movie today. They're like, oh, great. Another, like,
Could I?
So like, what do you want? I don't know. I don't understand anymore. Like, what is going to,
Could I do the film? Can I advance the film? The film strip. That's when the puppa becomes a chrysalis. Boom.
Did you have the reels in the rooms? Did you ever have we were talking about it the other day. The teacher bringing it in. It was
The reel to reel.
actual
Yeah.
reel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, like,
But also the film strip
with the- right.
with the that to me
the play
was
with
so
the-
much more low rent. It's like yeah, we're not gonna. You have to. The machine's not gonna make the movie go. You have to. Like, okay. And then it was a fight.
Right.
To be like, can I do it? He did it last time. Yeah. Oh God, yes.
But one time a teacher, we had the reel to reel thing going, and I thought I was being helpful because we were done, and I unplugged it while it was still rewinding. So it actually snapped the film in half. But I didn't do it on purpose. But my teacher flipped out on me, and I'm still scarred by it, which is why I brought it up. Thanks for being here for me, fellas.
Anytime.
You're very welcome.
Speaking of movies, did you watch the Jimmy Savile thing yet?
No.
It's
You know what I did watch?
No, tell me.
Was this thing called Ultimatum. So your ladies will probably have seen it. It's these couples that they've been dating for a couple of years, and one of the people has given the other one an ultimatum. We either get married or this is over. Like we need to have engagement. So what they do is they all show up at this, it's in Austin, Texas. So they're all at this bar. And then they introduce all of them. The next few days are them all hanging out at this bar, talking to all the different other people. At the end of that period of time, they choose who they're going to spend the next 3 weeks living like they're married. So not their partner.
So they're swapping.
It is a total swapping thing. I must have
Is it
rubbed
a
out like
series
6
or-
or 7 fucking...
What, is there sex? Do they have sex with these people?
There is one situation where, and I can't believe they fucking show it, but it's on Netflix or whatever, and it's obvious this chick is jerking the dude off under the covers. Yeah. Oh my God, I passed out.
You sure this was Netflix and not YouPorn? What?
Yeah. No, you didn't get to see anything. But, and then after that 3 weeks, then they spend 3 weeks back with their partner, and then at the end of that 3 weeks they meet somewhere, and it's like, are they gonna get married or break up or whatever? Fucking great.
And how do you say like one another 3 weeks with someone else?
Right, that
just to really
Right, every 3 weeks
just
we
to really
see
feel
what
this
James
out.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there an end to this? Nope.
They just 50 years later, they're still every 3
It
weeks.
is amazing because you get to see just stupidity, just pure unadulterated. I hate reality shows.
So do I.
But this was like toying with people's lives, so I loved it.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like permanent damage is definitely being done to a few of these people.
But if you're
And I'm
putting
here
yourself
for
in
it.
that situation, I mean, you have to.
Right
off the bat, there's something.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking. There's an ad here that says we could be on this reality show where we're going to live with somebody else for 3 weeks. Don't worry, we'll get back together for 3 weeks. I love you, honey.
Yeah. You can do it for a growing experience. Like, listen, if you have to do that, you clearly are with the wrong person.
Right. No, that's like how, and it is funny to see like who decides, and then they have like that after show. Oh man, I'm like, oh fuck, this is so great because everybody some of them hate each other now. Like you didn't even know this fucking person before this whole thing started out. Now this is the villain of your fucking story.
It would have been great if they were like, all right, so we're going to switch it up, but it's going to be Tony, you're going to be with Andy.
Right.
Beth, you're going to be with Sally for 3 weeks.
And Beth and Sally are like, yeah, this is great.
I think me and Alice were really hitting it off and everything, but I definitely want to spend the next 3 weeks and explore a relationship with Tony.
All we'd be doing is watching the Sallie and Becca part.
Right.
That's all we'd be doing.
That's just it. There is no it's not like one couple swaps with another because there is the possibility that somebody doesn't get picked and then they're not on the show, which was crazy for this one chick.
Wait a minute. It's all couples. How can somebody not be picked? Because somebody's just going to stay by themselves? No, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to.
No, they go, I want that person.
So
and
two people could pick one person?
Yes, and then
that's crazy.
and then that person picks which one of those two.
Oh, now this is getting
And
really.
It's stupid as hell. Like I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna wait until they're fucking each other. Just kind of fast forward this. But yeah, it's fucking great.
I knew a girl that was on The Bachelorette, and it was just so completely fake. And there's this one. I remember when she was on it, she got, I don't know, what do they call it, knocked off or eliminated? I don't know
knocked
what
up. Knocked up, I think is what it is.
I was like, eliminated. I don't know what.
Made her an offer she couldn't refuse.
I don't know if there was a proper word when they tell them to go home. I don't know. I don't
Didn't get a
watch
rose.
any of these things. Is that what it is? Oh, I don't know.
She didn't receive a rose.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I think. Howard Stern. It's only from listening to Howard Stern that I know how that works, because I'm straight.
So she has to leave, but then towards the end of the episode, all of a sudden she shows up again. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "I'm not accepting this." And she's like trying to come back. And I knew, because of course she couldn't talk about it beforehand.
Right.
So, but we just knew watching this, like, no, this girl would not do this. And she even looked uncomfortable being back. And,
right.
And of course, after the fact, she's like, yeah, they totally told me to go back in.
Right.
She's like, I had no idea what to do. She
like pull Rose out from under her dress, like, look, I got my own.
Right. Take that. It was awful. Awful. All right, so it's the first time I've seen any of you guys, including you, since Gilbert. I don't know if anybody has any Gilbert stories or.
No.
I saw one of his. Well, I was in the Giggle Room on one of his last shows here.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he looks so frail.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
I think I was on the show with you too.
Yeah.
He looked like he was like 80 years old.
Yeah, and he was like just afraid.
Right.
Like he was just like this, and like I mean, he had people like walking him out, like, hey, like we're not going to touch you, like we're.
That's what Sallie said, because she was in here that night. She said the same thing. She was going down the hallway here towards the club, and he was coming this way, and she said like he was like clinging to the wall because he was so scared of, I guess, any kind of contact. She didn't know he was sick, so she got home. She's like, "What the hell's wrong with that guy?"
Yeah,
he's sick, you heartless bitch.
You could tell, because I mean he just looked so old and frail, and like.
And he's only, what, 67, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I would have thought he was much older.
Yeah.
He came walking through the back, and he was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hi." He's like, "I'm Gilbert." I said, "I know." I said, "I'm Greg." He's like,
and he said, "I know."
He goes, "Where's the bathroom?" I'm like, "Oh, I thought we were gonna have like this little conversation, going." I was like, "Oh, it's right over there." There you go. He's like, "Oh, thank you." And
You thought he was going to say, "Enjoyed your set.
Here
It
we
was
go.
fantastic."
This is great.
It was amazing because I thought he was going to give something to me, but in the end, I gave something to him.
He'd been wandering around
Directions
back here for
to the
hours,
bathroom.
not knowing where the bathroom was.
We actually had that in here a few weeks ago. Who was playing in the club? I don't remember who the main headliner was, but some guy just walks in. We're in the middle of the Saturday night show, so we're like, and we're always, pushing, just come on in, whoever you are. So we just assumed, there's some comedian that we don't know, which we're excited about, but he walks in, we're like, "Hey, how are you? What's your name?" And I think he said his name was Marty or something. We're like, oh, so what are you doing? And he's just standing there. Like, he didn't come and sit or anything.
He's looking for the urinal.
Well, right. So we're like, finally, I think Don said to him, are you a comedian? He goes, no, I'm looking for the bathroom. Wow. Like, son of a bitch. That's how low it's gotten in there. Like,
that's happened so many times. Like,
right,
they'll come out of the green room.
Grab a mic.
I think they're going to actually talk to the little people, the little comedians. Right. Hey, where's the bathroom? Yeah. It's in there. Good talk. Thanks.
Yeah, right. Thanks for that.
We should do this again.
Yeah, but just the way he was walking, like it was
not
even like full stride. It was like all these like little tiny little steps, and each person had one guy on each arm. Like, I was like, this is crazy. I'm like,
you see, Jeff Norris posted a photo of him with Norm and Gilbert and Saget.
Yeah,
I was like, son of a bitch, man.
Oh, that hurts.
So stay away from Norris is the message of that.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I think Norm, well, for me, was like the worst one this that went out of like out of the big four that went this year.
What do you mean by
I love Norm.
Like you were hit the hardest by
Norm.
that.
I loved all the stuff. I'd watch his stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Him, I was like, wow. I'm like, that was, Saget. Yeah, I watched in the other one. Louis Anderson was funny, but
I would say Saget for me. And I never saw an episode of Full House ever.
Well, his comedy was so much different than the show.
Right,
neither have I.
This is purely based on his comedy. I think because I think maybe I feel more of an affinity towards Saget in terms of genre of comedy than I mean, I love Norm, but I think Saget just edges out Norm.
I remember the first time I saw Saget set, I was like, my God, like this guy.
If you saw the show first,
growing up, I saw the show and I saw him on stage. I'm like, what happened to this guy?
Yeah,
exactly.
I just remember
night and day. Like
I had seen his set, and then Full House came out, and I was like, that guy is on a fucking sitcom.
Yeah,
real. And I was like, I'm never watching that. There's no way because there's no way they're gonna let him be him.
Right.
So
to become like almost like a king of family TV between that and the video America's Home Videos.
Yeah.
It was such a.
But they said he was like really depressed. But I wonder if that's why, like, because he was playing this other person who was
right.
Whatever. I don't know.
But that must have been tough to be on a hit show and make a lot of money.
Yeah,
that must
yeah.
Really
Two of them. Poor guy.
Two. Yeah, true, right. Yeah. Poor Bob. But either way, I mean, all three of them though, not that old.
No.
What, mid 60s, mid to late 60s?
Yeah.
Terrible, man. Crazy.
No, I'm not going to say anything. That was just like I thought about saying something, and I let out that noise that I know. It sounds like
there was so much more.
There's a thought formulating. Now I'm good.
And you guys did give me that fucking full respect of like getting quiet and all looking at me.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. This is my formal apology for that. I'll try not to do it again, but I
Did
can't
they
make
ever
any guarantees.
Find out how Bob Saget died? I mean,
I think didn't they say he hit his head as he was?
But then something weird. Then they're like, we're not releasing it. We're not telling anyone what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard exactly that.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add to that.
And I think because of Full House and whatnot, you just assume, there's no way he was taking drugs. Like, there's no way this was.
But then you see his stand up, and you're like, I can see it. I can see it.
Well, that's right, because then when Andy dies, I'll immediately be like, they were drugs.
There's totally drugs involved.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, when I die, drugs will feature prominently. So no rumors. Autoerotic asphyxiation. I mean, that's going to be part of it too.
Yeah.
But it's primarily the drugs that is going to take me out.
Yeah.
So, but don't let people.
Did they find anything in him? A few things.
Yeah. I mean, where are you talking about? Like in his blood or up his ass? Because there's a list.
He was muling and taking.
For both of those, there's a list. Like, I can't believe that gerbil survived.
Andy died, but the gerbil survived.
Wow. It's almost like his body protected the gerbil. It's kind of weird. Like,
he died a hero.
Yeah. It like sustained him and like it was like this protective thing around him. No matter how hard he was jabbing that knife up there to kill it.
It's so funny. They're the same conversation.
I know, that got dark.
It's the same conversation we have in my classroom. It's a stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm home. This is,
right. Happy Good Friday.
We were just talking about that.
This reminds me when I was an altar boy.
Are you an altar boy too?
Oh yeah.
So was I. Oh God.
Me and my brother, we were weekend wedding experts until that day when my brother had the holy water with the little microphone looking
to spray it
thing. And instead of turning this way, he turned this way into the altar. And so he was right at the right side with the microphone thing. He goes flying up in the air, and it yanks the fucking thing out of his hand like. But this goes and spraying water everywhere. Like it happened. It was such a slow mo, like
unauthorized blessing.
And because I was on the other side, and I'm like, fuck.
Come back here, you rabbit.
Yeah.
So, was that the whole story? Did it?
Yeah.
Did it hit a lady on the head or something?
No, but this was also the first. This was like 1983. I'm gonna say 84, and it was the first wedding we did where they had like one of those big fucking cameras.
Right.
Yeah, that was great. Like, they've really taken us off the wedding rotation.
Is it funerals only then? What you guys got after that?
No.
I like the funerals because you got out of school.
Yes.
Got out of school.
Getting out of school, but I like doing regular service. What I didn't like about regular service, this was at Infant Jesus in Port Jefferson, like at the bottom of the hill there, and there's no bathroom. Like behind the altar is doors to go outside. And so if you had to pee, you were supposed to go out and then you went into the rectory.
Are you going to tell us that you peed into the bucket so when your brother was
Right,
spraying everybody?
you think that's holy water?
No, but there was
turn this into wine.
Oh, it's holy for sure. I blessed it myself. But I went outside this one time. I had to pee so bad, and it had snowed. It was like in January, and they had not cleared the path to the. And I'm like, I'm in the alb, you know. And
is that what it's called? All the robes and stuff?
Yes.
The alb.
It's an alb, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, and I just like peed on the side of the church. Like right in the Sunday morning, 9:00 mass.
Prime time for mass, yeah.
And then I went to go back in. The fucking door was locked.
Oh.
So I can't even walk around because of the snow. I can't really walk around to get to the front and come in and like be introduced at the brokerage or whatever. I'm like, you know, and I have that anxiety of knocking. Right. And some guy comes up and he's smiling, right? And I recognize him as being one of the people in the first pew. And he's like, "You're going to die." Well, and we go back in, and the entire fucking place is looking at me.
Yeah.
Which didn't help that anxiety, like, at all.
I would have stayed out there till the snow melted.
I should have. God, it was so cold.
So what happened after? Did the priest say anything to you?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I hate that door. Like, it's like that. But he was very good. It was Monsignor Ed Trench. Very cool guy. But my brother and I used to have the battles, you know, in the processional.
Oh, yeah.
With the...
Carrying the cross in the...
But what my brother did one time, he's older than me, he rotated it so it was so Jesus is looking at me. So that became like the game. Of like rotate it so that the other person, like Jesus is like looking down at you. Yeah. Yeah, nobody wanted to carry the book.
That's so lame.
But like it's over your head.
You look at the guy carrying the book.
Yeah.
This guy carrying the cross.
Right. Look at his stick. Look at how he's moving that rod around.
I think Tommy, say something.
Hello?
I think your mic went out.
Did I break it again?
They pulled the plug on you.
Yeah, it went out. All right, keep talking.
Motherfucker. The penis and an altar boy fucking Monsignor Ed Trench. Funny story. He like before the first time I had a service with him, he's like, "Oh, this is you boys' first time."
No.
And I go, "Yeah." And he had like his belt was like a rope, you know. And he goes, "Do you know what?" Before he put it on, he's like, "Do you know what this is for?" He's like, and I'm like, no, what? He's like, tying up altar boys. And he laughed. Yeah. And then I'm like, could you imagine somebody saying that now?
Oh my God.
Be like,
Oh my God.
oh shit, I'm gonna get paid. I'd be fucking. This is a fucking lottery here.
I think he's still bringing that up. I think they're still taking those.
So you know, not actually getting touched really. It took me years to build my self confidence back up. I mean, I joined the Boy Scouts. Never got hit on. Nothing. No, not so much as an awkward, accidental shoulder blade to shoulder blade touch as you're
flirting.
Nothing.
I mean, let me show you how to fish.
Yeah, if anything, they sent me to go. He's like, you know what? Let's not have him here. He looks swarthy. He's Greek.
So
I need clean. I like clean.
And nobody hit on you.
No.
Wow. Yeah,
I know.
Some damage.
It's to years to get my confidence back up.
I guess I'll have to just put you over there. Is that all right? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, the last time I saw you is like those are set up to be able to go right on your head.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw you was the laugh off, and you kept
I had them
you kept on putting them.
somehow.
Yeah. It's one of those like wrong ways that you have no clue how somebody could possibly have done that.
And there I am. I'm not
You got it. All right, sweet.
Yes. Anyway, have you been doing shows?
You know, not many.
I haven't seen you on many of the flies or anything going on.
And I've been. that's actually something that I've been. I'm like, all right, I gotta start. So I've been talking to a couple of people. Like, hey, when you have a show, like I'm not bringing. I can't bring because those people I violated their trust enough that they don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, because I'm like, wow, I haven't seen Andy on any of the.
Yeah, no, I'm on next
on.
weekend. I'm at Bellport Brewery.
Okay.
Which is a Butera show. That's next Saturday. But I have nothing this weekend. I've gotten a couple of. It's funny. I've shown up at a couple of.
Right.
And they've thrown me up. So it's not like I haven't been up. It's just I haven't been booked on a show.
Right.
You know, I don't like to show jump. I'm not somebody. Usually I show up and I'm like, listen, I'm just here to support. And then of course there's the cheese shows.
The what shows?
The
cheese shows. Yes.
Yes. Which are not. It's not cheese. It's pot. Marijuana. Wow. But we call it cheese for the censors. The standards and practices that jumped all over us. So here are governors. They're in the basement.
So you just show up to shows and like support. You're not there like
most of the time.
Please, sir.
No.
Please, sir. May I have 5 minutes?
I decline more than I accept. I will only accept when they say, well, so and so's not here and so and so's not going to be here. Could you just go up? I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if it's that,
right.
I'll go get my guitar. No, I don't. I've done that before, and they've been like, you motherfucker. You said you were just here to support. And I'm like, I don't really have my guitar. That was just
you don't shark around the thing.
No, not like some. And we all knowingly look at each other. All right, enough with the winking and the nodding.
Psychic moment.
Johnny Dangerously quote, by the way, Peter Boyle. Enough with the winking and the nodding.
Right, yeah. In the club, they're all
right outside. Yeah.
Tony, you do.
What's that?
I said I saw you on a couple of shows recently. Your name popped up.
Well,
I know one was the Lark.
The Lark, yeah.
And something else I saw you on. Was it a Giggle Room show or?
Well, I did a murder mystery in the Giggle Room.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't perform much? I'm just going to take over as host. So you don't really perform much anymore since you're playing around with the buttons over there?
Get him back in. That's good, Greg. You did a good job. You're bringing him back in.
Yeah, I'm having all sorts of difficulties here. That mic went out. That camera went out. So I'm trying to get myself situated. Yeah, I haven't... I haven't done...
I'm good.
I don't have my back to him.
I haven't done... I haven't done that much. I've only... I want to say maybe 4 times maybe that I've been up since I saw you guys last.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate, probably right around that time. I hosted at McGuire's twice in August. And I think did I host something here after that? I forget now. But I've done a handful of things just since, stand-up wise, since I've seen you guys. Which is
which is obviously bad if you're trying to really hone it. But for me, it's weird because I haven't gotten comfortable with my material enough that I feel I want to now change it. So, but
God, please change it.
Well,
I don't care how comfortable you are. Just fucking change it.
It has to be more comfortable than watching the old stuff.
Right. Anything's better than that. Jesus. Kill a baby up there or something. Like with a knife, like really graphic.
Like with a knife.
Or choke it out. Something really disturbing. It'd be way better.
You put that in as murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Incorporate that in somehow.
Two worlds colliding.
That'll go over well. We're
bring
going
that
to
in.
kill a baby. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I want to do it more, but if I don't know, it's weird. If I had the choice, murder mysteries, come first. So that's just more of my love and what I do best. So so I'm concentrating on that most of the time. Right. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to do it more. I just between this. Doing this too, and I've had to turn down. In fact, I turned down Joey Cola, which killed me.
Wow,
he was doing a show at the brokerage. This was I think in February, I think it was, and I had hosted for him, like I said, back in August, and it went really well. And Joey and I are fairly close, so we've had conversations. Like he actually called me the day after I hosted for him and tell me what a great job I did, and he said we got to get together and go over material.
It's great what you did. I want you to come so we can change it.
Give me your stuff so I can cross it all out.
I want to make you feel comfortable so we can change it.
Yeah, get more. You catch more flies with sugar than vinegar.
So I thought at the time it was the most complimentary thing, but so. And he said something about you're my guy, and but that was a whole different thing for a Saturday night. So I
thought that was going to go in a different way.
Well, that's what I was. So when you found out he was hosting at the brokerage, I said, Joey, do you need what do you got that night? You need a host or anything? I totally just put myself out there, and he said yes. I was like, no, I take that back. He said no. So then I booked a murder mystery for the same night. Sure enough, the very next day he calls me up. Says, if I'd like to bring you in after all. I was like, fuck. I said, Joe, I just booked a murder mystery, and the murder mysteries, I direct them, I perform them, I write them. I can't. Then
someone else could just.
I am murder mysteries.
So
murder me.
So it was.
That's a Batman joke.
So I felt awful turning. So I've turned down a few things, but it's weird just trying to juggle it all. I guess that's my. I don't even know what my point was anymore.
I'm just happy you're not hiding behind the one leg thing.
My leg hurt, and I just said I can't do it.
It's stump pain. Though I don't even want to joke about that because that sounds terrible.
Right, but the baby killing was much
better.
Right.
Okay, about the baby killing. Here's something. Billy and I are out. We had a show. No, we were at the mic on Monday, and Billy's like, "Did you ever notice that baby back ribs aren't babies?" And I'm like, "I know. It's always like fucking cow or pork or some crap. Like, where's my fucking baby?" And we did literally 10 minutes of the two of us just talking about eating babies. And then at the end, we made each other laugh, and it was like, oh, it'd be so great to do that in front of a crowd. Just completely lose them. Be blackballed everywhere. Blacklisted. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that one joke he does with the sneaking into the room. Oh. Like that. Well, first time I heard that, I was
sold by him.
Because he's so big, and you see him doing the movements. Yes. That's hysterical.
He really
shocking when he coming at him is shocked,
right?
And the slow movements.
It's fun because I was thinking about it the other day. I had gotten off because thank God all of his roasts are over because he had 3 roasts within a month,
right?
And he fucking was just concentrating on them. So he would text me some of the jokes, and I would text him some that I thought, or I would be like, oh, how about this as a tag? And he would call me, and he'd be like, yeah, hey, what's happening? I'm like, oh, nothing, just hanging out. Yeah, I'm just sitting here with these fucking roast jokes. It's really, and like, I seriously had like 4 half-hour phone calls with him over like a 2-week period of time that were literally only about roast jokes. And they were great. He did such a good job at Terry's. It was phenomenal. They all, yeah, all of them. All of them are.
Yeah, I'd assume that to be a total disaster of just shredding and.
Oh, it was so good. Like,
and who's going to complain there? Right, of all the guys,
right.
like, no one's going to complain. They're going to just encourage it more. Yeah.
So one of the ones that I wrote for Billy, and he used it, was Terry's lungs are so black that he thinks about whipping them every now and then. And then there was one that, like, Billy wrote it, but then, like, we fixed it. It was Terry's lungs are so black, I was surprised not to see a cop kneeling on them.
Oh, my goodness.
Something like that. Well, we're going to lose the black audience for this? It's barely white people fucking watching. It was good. Oh, and I mean, that's just like the tip of the iceberg.
Well, you said they went up for a smoke break. I'm like, that had to be Terry's idea.
Oh, yeah, no. It's funny because Terry gets up and goes, okay, we're going to do like something that normally isn't done. We're going to have a smoke break. And then, it's going to be like 5 minutes. And then, so we all went out. It was like 15 minutes. Of course, it's weed everywhere outside.
Was the crowd mostly comedians?
No. A lot of them were, and like Terry has a bit of a following.
Right.
Like,
he does, yeah.
And there were some solid ones. And then like half the crowd actually was the bar, and the bar was doing pretty well. But they did stop and pay attention. It was pretty cool.
Excellent.
I sat next to Billy's sister. And so during it, I'm like, when people would take a shot at Billy, I'm like, what would it be like to be the sister and them saying this stuff about your brother? Like, oh my God, this but she was laughing.
That was at the place in Babylon,
the Red Zone.
So at least the bar's like off to the.
Yes,
it's not right.
My first
there, but
time,
not there.
My first time in there, I tried the wings are unbelievable there, but you can tell where the stripper stage used to be.
Who is it? We did a show. There was a.
I haven't. That was my first time. Was to go see
you
Terry.
on the show with us there.
No,
when Lee West was there. And he was like, "Yeah, this place hasn't changed." He's like, everybody started laughing.
Of course, Lee West is there. Yeah. I even brought the pictures.
It was so funny.
I brought all the pictures I took in this place.
It was so funny.
Good times.
Wow.
You should do a murder mystery there, Tony.
The parking is the only fucking really annoying thing about that.
Yeah.
Where is this, in Babylon?
West Babylon, right off.
Is that Hoffman and
Hubbard's?
Hubbard's, yeah.
It's right Hubbard's, just south of Sunrise.
So it's it's service road there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Used to be called the Wingstop, and then or something like that. It was some.
I don't know. I'm a Suffolk, Eastern Suffolk or Central Suffolk.
The old was it back in the Wee Scotty's? I don't know where that place used to be.
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not creepy at all.
No.
You guys naming off old
strip clubs. I was a kid sitting in the back of the car, it's Wee Scotty's. What's that place?
Gentleman's Club.
Oh, it really was. It really was a strip club. Wee Scotty's wasn't.
That wasn't.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Take that.
The only time I was in there was when I did the show. That's my first time doing a show there. So when he said that, I'm like, I guess it could be.
That's really good.
It looks like it.
Is your wife watching this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I was like...
Just in case, though.
Because you walked in.
It's my first time in there.
We walked in. I'm like, what is this, some strip club? I'm like, I have no idea. And then he said, I'm like, I guess apparently it was.
Oh, wow. Shit.
I have no idea.
Good guess.
Well, the polls gave it away, I guess. The mirrors.
Wow.
Good times.
What do you got? All right, so who's got what this weekend?
I have tomorrow night here at the Go-Go Room.
Mm-hmm.
That show, and other than that...
Who's producing that?
That's Mike Dillon.
Is it Dillon?
Yeah.
Sure. And then, what about, what do you got after that?
After that, a couple of tentatives in May. McGuire's, but I got to check the old schedule. Now it's...
schedule.
Soccer started up and all that stuff, so...
Oh, what
You
is
know.
that? What, you coach for your kids or something?
Well, I coach my sons, but my oldest son, they play, like they were in Brooklyn last weekend. And, so I never know. His game's usually late. So those, I don't like to miss the games.
Yeah,
I
sure.
like to be there. So depending where it is, what time the game is, then I could hop over and,
Wow.
do
And
it.
so you coach the one, and how old's the other one?
The older one is 15.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it was like a travel team, I guess. Huh? You just playing in Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a club team.
Wow, very nice.
Those the Brooklyn games are annoying.
Yeah, I bet. Anything in Brooklyn's annoying.
It's never like at 8 a.m. It's always like 1 o'clock.
Oh.
So you have to leave at 8 o'clock to get
Right,
there.
yeah,
to get
right.
there.
Wow.
Belt Parkway, a lot of fun.
It's like it's right off the belt. One of them. It's awful.
Where you played?
It's the field right by like just I guess that's I don't know what direction that is, northwest by like Nellie Bly. Like if you keep going, it's like I don't even know the street. It's like set back a little bit.
Okay.
It's like huge. There's a baseball field. There's soccer fields over there. There's a football field on the other side. It's like a whole complex
This
there.
is the biggest middle-aged white guy conversation
Yes.
I've ever been a part of.
So,
Well, are you coaching?
No,
soccer again? You're not coaching again this year.
No, as soon as Daphne's like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I'm like,
oh, so she's not even playing.
Like, I'm not doing that again. God, it was just getting to the point where like my daughter's best friend who lives around the corner from us, her dad, like they were shocked that she wanted to do soccer, but it was because my daughter was doing it.
Yeah.
But she found her love. It's one of those she found her love, and now they've gone on and done it. But the dad didn't go to the first few games. And then all of a sudden, like I'm on the sideline, and all of a sudden he's like right next to me, like and I'm like, and you don't know what to do, and I'm like, I don't want to have to fucking do this. I have had a couple of the moms because they're like all in Girl Scouts together. I've had a couple of the moms when I've gone to pick up Daphne at something go, hey, are you gonna coach again? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, let me know if you are because you were great. And I'm like, really? I was just like, all right, guys, I guess
go kick the ball.
We're gonna kick it back and forth a little.
Put in that big thing over there.
Yeah.
But I laugh. I laugh at some of the dads that coach, and it's like
How seriously they take it?
Like serious,
it's
like
ridiculous.
dude, they're 8. Like
Right.
and you're,
Right. Yep.
I get like you're into it and you want your kid to be in, but it's, I don't know.
You realize if they don't win this game, your kid's a failure.
Right, but it's weird, and like the parents are killing kids sports. They really are. It's
Yes, they are.
It's
just getting worse.
It's insane.
It was bad when my kids were little.
It is so
Right.
and it, like at a young age, like
Yeah.
starting from like 6, 7 years old, these parents are like they're screaming like it's nuts. It's like
Here's the difference. When
holy
I was a
cow, man.
kid, I got hit by a pitch, and my mother was like, why didn't you just get out of the way? I'm like, he fucking hit me. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah. But now it would be like, you just broke my baby.
Seriously, it's like they get
Yeah.
like insane. I don't know how they are with the girls thing you coach. I don't know if the
Oh, they're all adults, so I mean, they break each other in
I
half.
don't know
It's
how-
like,
I mean,
oh,
their,
okay, yeah.
their parents are really dicks too, though.
So I'm saying, like, how are they?
Oh, God, it's nonstop with the parents.
It's crazy. It
Well,
really is.
Like, oh, I'm having a heart attack.
At what age? What age do you think it's safe to then kind of shift gears and make it more competitive, and focus more on winning?
Well, it can always be competitive.
Right, I'm all for competitiveness.
No,
Like,
no,
that's-
no,
I'm
no.
not- I'm
But the
fine with
parents
that.
should never feel like they're being competitive.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, when they're 8, like Greg said, you're not focusing as much on winning, and you kind of talk them. You had a good game and you had
Right.
fun.
As a
and you
coach, you're
learned.
trying to teach, but
Right.
still run up the score.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
for like, hold them back. Run that
Goal
score. I don't
differential's
care.
the first
Right.
fucking tiebreaker. So,
But as far as but some of these parents are like, why are you pulling them out? Because we're
Yeah.
up 10-1. Like,
Oh, yeah.
your mom, like,
it's funny
come
because
on.
I would
He has
just
6 goals. Like,
constant rotation.
right. I try to give them the playing time,
And what I would do is go, who wants to go in now? Because a lot of them would be like, my stomach kind of is not great, so I don't really think I should go. Okay, fine, sit down, have some water. Who wants to go in? You? Okay, you go in. Hey, you, get out of there. Yeah.
You didn't know their names, did you?
Yeah.
Hey, you!
They had names?
But the kids don't care. Like the parents
why they
care.
have
The kids
numbers.
don't care.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
you know.
Though I had a couple that were like real like type A soccer girls where they were like, hey, Coach Andy, can I go in? I'm like, okay, hold on. I took you out so you could rest. Just relax. It's hot out.
Yeah. See, I'm fine with stuff like that. I'm not a participation guy. You know, it's like, we're out there.
Yeah, I get that off you.
We're out there to win. This is it. This is like, we lose, whatever. You run laps, but next game we'll get them. I don't get crazy, but
Right.
it's
You focus on all the good stuff that happens.
yeah.
I coach.
Someone was gonna come.
Yeah, no, it's like,
When you said participation,
I
that's
saw the
what he
eyebrows
was like,
raised.
Well,
There we go.
you
Someone's
should,
coming out.
this time I actually have something to say. I know it's odd. Like, guys, did you see when Kaylee just like lit that girl's face up? She kicked it and she didn't even realize she got under it, and it just like smashed her face. Boy, that girl was crying, right? And they're all like, "Yeah, fuck that girl."
I coach some special needs stuff, and I get a kick out of it. They're so supportive and so happy, and they encourage each other, and you don't get the politics.
Yes.
That the parents cause.
Yeah.
So I take
it
that
takes
any
away
day.
from it. It really
It
does.
really does.
Well, you know the politics that I was telling you
Yes,
guys
I remember,
last year,
yeah.
like how so stupid. This guy was cherry picking the best players off the team, so every season his team was getting better, and even by the time we entered, they were beating people 15-0.
And every little league has that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Every single little league.
Well,
has
what
In every
sucks,
sport.
That's the dad of these twins that are in class with my other daughter. So it was like I can't even like kind of be a dick to this guy because it'll come back around.
Right. That's
So.
All right. So, Tommy, what do you got coming up?
Nothing the rest of April. I got at least one show at McGuire's in May, maybe two.
Oh, nice.
It's with Mike Dillon.
And what do you got? You got 2 Facebook pages? What do you got here? What do you
Yeah,
got?
well, one's usually in Facebook jail.
Oh.
I get flagged for things like from 5 years ago. I'm like, it took you 5 years to get this? Like, really?
Is that right? They'll throw you in jail for something you did 5 years ago?
Yeah.
A
Really?
few months ago, I posted something that was really just a meme.
Yeah.
Very innocent. Facebook jail. I appealed it and won.
Oh, look at
So
that.
they go, hey.
appealing.
So they
Facebook
put it
jail
back
time.
up.
Fucking Al Pacino.
A day later, they put me in Facebook jail for what they put back up. I'm like, how is that possible?
Wow. Ridiculous.
This is double jeopardy.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it
It's
really
like,
is.
when did everything just go out of lose
Right.
control?
Well,
it's like
so it's understandable because it isn't the public square, right? This is somebody else has put their money up to do this. We don't pay to be part of Facebook.
Right.
If you paid to be part of Facebook,
I mean, in
it'd be
general,
like,
just in general, when it's like everyone got so
In
like,
society,
all over the place.
right.
money,
Yeah.
but that's just it. It's money. It's
Yeah.
insurance. It's like I always love the people out by me who are like, there should be a ATV track for kids to be able to run their ATVs, or they should be able to ride them on the road. It's like, okay, let's say they're allowed to ride on the road. They make some mistake. They don't die. Actually, the worst thing happens is they're super paralyzed, quadriplegic, and how are you going to pay for that? You're going to pay for that by suing the government.
True.
Which we all pay. And so I'm going to have to pay for your fucking kid. Like that's how he's going to fucking get around. I'm not fucking paying for that unless I need it.
Right.
And then fuck you guys. You pay for it too.
It's being reserved.
Right. Wow. No, but that always drives me nuts. Like, oh, I can't believe we can't ride these here on Long Island. Like, this is the most litigious place in the universe. Like, how?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see not on the roads. Go right on the roads like we used to do.
Yeah, but
Go upstate.
Right, go upstate.
But the roads,
so that it's not
the roads are bad enough just driving.
because they want the town to have a park dedicated to this, or the county have a park dedicated to this. As soon as somebody gets injured, they're going to sue the town or the county or both.
Why did you put this up?
Right. They'd be like, oh, if you guys had actually made it more safe, Well, you're the ones who wanted this. Whatever.
Who posted? One of you guys posted the Bill Maher thing.
Yes, I did.
That was you?
Yeah.
I love that. I'm not a big Bill Maher fan, but I thought he nailed it on that.
How did he become the voice of reason?
Yeah, it's true.
He's turned.
No,
He's
Bill-
done-
Yeah.
He has.
He
totally
says he
turned.
hasn't.
No, he I've been a Bill Maher fan for a very long time. He has not
You don't?
turned. The circumstances are making it more defined. His stance. Anything that's happening now that he's commenting on could have happened 20 years ago, and he'd say the same fucking thing.
Was it the show that he was more?
It's
he had to be more, I guess, reeled in. I guess.
I think
Is that, is, think
he
that's
had.
what it
Well,
was?
he had his. It was a network, right? First, he was on network television, then he was on Comedy Central, and then he ended up on HBO.
Right.
So, like, yeah, no, you're not gonna get the explicit stuff.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to get the best guests to like be salty and sussy and everything. But
It's just very rare to see someone that's like liberal attacking like liberal policies things. But he says like,
well,
listen, he goes, I didn't
you don't
change.
know liberals.
He goes,
Liberals are constantly attacking other liberals. That matter of fact, that's why liberals can't get shit done. Is because they're always fucking yelling at each other and saying you're not pure enough. No, you're not pure enough. Like that's the fucking.
But he says like I didn't change because of this change.
Yeah.
I'm just saying something about it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Culture. We just said the culture has changed.
Yeah,
so he never before did he have to talk about these things, right? But the culture changed, so now he's like, wait a second. I never thought I would have to say this, and I've actually seen him say stuff like that. Like so yeah, it's the first time you're hearing him say it, but no, it makes sense. He would say that shit. Like if this was happening in '87.
I mean, I'm not a big fan. Like I don't really watch him religiously. I see clips,
Right,
whatever,
right,
so I
right,
wouldn't
yeah.
know, how he was or.
But well, more my speed. You also posted the traffic light, the walking.
Oh yeah,
it's hysterical. it's the walk don't walk thing,
Right.
But it's not the hand. It's the person. There's a glitch in the walking person when you the green you can walk, and it looks like a hand that is down by his crotch.
The right hand just keeps going up and down.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hysterical. I laughed my ass off when I saw that.
I love that shit.
What do you got coming up?
Yeah, next weekend, next Saturday, I'm at the Bellport Brewing Company.
Very nice.
And I think I have something else in April, but maybe not. I don't know.
All right.
Like, yeah, I haven't been doing shows, and that's been kind of pissing me off.
Have you done the Dracula bit again?
I haven't since that horrible night where I headlined. Yeah. So I took a real, but I'm starting to work myself back to it because I've come up with a couple of things that I would really like to try out,
right?
And see if I can make people really uncomfortable.
What was the Dracula bit? Now I'm curious.
Oh, I dress like Dracula and I go up and I do my entire set telling vampire jokes.
I love it. I love it.
But
funny.
it's like
It's different,
it's aggressive. Like it's not like it's I'm yelling at the fucking audience and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're not telling like hokey jokes. Yeah, it's funny.
And
I
I'm
like
making
it.
You're
fun
not
of
Hacula. You're a vampire.
Well, no, it's
it's a
taking
mix.
old premises that are like I have a CVS receipt joke. Because like, who wants to fucking hear another fucking joke? Yes, they're long. Right? Like, if somebody gets up there and fucking, I was in CVS. Be like, fuck. I'm gonna hear this again. So
but he had the
puppet. I have a puppet, so I can make fun of puppet, and I do a really shitty ventriloquist job of it, and it's really just me doing like a higher pitch, like okay, so, and I have it telling street jokes.
So it's but I think that's like some people are either gonna be like, I hate this.
Yeah,
and those gonna be like, I love.
Well, that was your brother. I love your
my
brother.
cousins. My cousins
Oh,
love
his
it.
cousin.
My cousins love it.
Okay.
They were like, "This is the
'Cause
funniest
he came
thing."
up and was just like, "Oh my god, thank you." He was like thanking me, and I'm like,
he's like, "This is hysterical."
Yeah,
it's funny.
All right, it's time for us to get out of here. Thank you guys. It's good to see you guys.
That went
Anytime.
quick.
Thanks for having us back.
Thank you very, very much.
And thank you, pal.
Thank you, pal.
Next week, Eric Tattaglione will be sitting in here with us with Will Sharon as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, that'll be fun.
I've only ever been in a room at the same time as Will once, and
That's
was that
really?
Shut Up Stupid.
I'm shocked.
Show
to hear
at
that.
McGuire's.
Yeah. Will, love Will, and it's been a while since he's been here too. So we're looking forward to that. And of course, Eric Tartaglione, always a lot of fun. So that's next Friday. Tuesday we got Fat Jay and Dan LaRocco and Austin Brooks and Joe Cavella will be here on Tuesday.
Nice. I'm really loving those guys.
I was picking on LaRocca on Instagram. He posted a picture of him with his mom. I wrote, said, dude, your mom's hot.
Hey, that's his teacher.
That's right. That's right.
You're out, she's in.
What's your opinion on that? Do you have any, as a teacher, do you feel there's benefits or homeschooling? No? Dan LaRocca was homeschooled his whole life by his mom.
Right.
I love how that sounds so dirty when you say it. So, he was homeschooled by his old lady.
Homeschooled by his mom.
Yeah.
And then she homeschooled me.
I don't know. I guess that's because, I mean, you definitely lose the socialization aspect of it.
Yeah,
Which
definitely.
is like pretty much the whole point of school,
Right, yeah.
more or
But
less with the kids.
that's the interesting point to that was because he grew up in Massapequa. Because you're paying Massapequa school taxes, he was still allowed to go. Like he was on
did the
sports
sports.
teams,
Right. You just
clubs
can't.
and
Right.
right. So he got his socialization in that way. I would think it still wouldn't be that great because you're not there all day. The kids don't know you as well. You're kind of maybe it didn't work out that way. I don't know.
Like I said, part of when I went to school was like, hey, I'm going to see this guy. We're going to hang out. We're going to do this. We're going to gym.
Right.
We'll do that. Hang out. Whatever. I think that's
Like I remember playing Little League as a kid. That Monday in school was all you talked about all day
right, that's
long.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. You can't wait to be around them and hang out. And
Right.
Who do you cheat off of if you homeschooled? Like that's gonna be hard.
You're talking about the mom.
Yeah.
This got very sexual. I mean, is it called cheating if you're fucking your mom?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Wow. I'm going to have to think about that.
I guess only if you have a stepmom.
You Google that. I'm not sure. See?
Yeah, there's plenty of video exploring the stepmother-stepson
Don't forget
relationship.
I'm changing the subject. And don't forget, 2 weeks from now, Carol Miner will be in here to do a little
Carol
extra
Miner,
trivia against
with her
you.
box.
With her, I hope she's bringing the box of
I hope
beavers.
she has a box in here.
She's got a great box full of chocolate. And
I hope it's
chocolate
nice
beaver.
and clean.
I just want the chocolate. I don't even care if it's clean. From her box. She's going to kill
The
me.
box just needs to be clean. That's all.
Carol's very clean.
No weird smells. Well, I'm older. Doesn't matter as much anymore. Anyway, sorry. You said you changed the subject?
I tried. I tried.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of mothers, and I got to keep this clean. My mother's birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And have a great Easter, everybody.
Try not to drink so much.
What's today? Friday. So is there anything on tonight? Oh yeah, Don. No, there's nothing on tonight.
Roast battle.
Roast battle at the Giggle
Yes.
Room tomorrow night.
Yes, Queen.
Tonight rather. Tonight. Don't don't forget to see Greg tomorrow night in the Giggle Room. And that's it. Sallie and I will see you guys Monday morning at 11 a.m. Enjoy your Easter. Is Passover at the same time? I don't even know. Anybody know when Passover
not
is?
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it already passed, I think, right?
No, I think
No? It is this weekend too?
I
Because
think it is upcoming, but I'm not
whatever
sure.
whatever the week off is Passover.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's like kids were off this week of school, and I think next week too. Like,
Yeah, we're off. This
Well,
week
no,
coming
we
up.
were.
Yes,
Today's the
today.
first
Today,
day.
and then
Yeah.
we're off after.
That's
yeah.
how
Right.
I think they kind of
Three Village.
alternate.
Yeah, I have no idea.
okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Thanks again, guys.
Anytime.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having
All
us.
right, guys, we'll see you later.